Alright. What's up everybody? It's Anthony Fallon. What's up YouTube? What's up Carrot Bars? I said Carrot Bars. Sorry, that's my business. What's up Cowboy Nation? This is Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. Let's go. Okay. I am not going to talk about the Cowboys on this one. I'm going to talk about two things. And I'm going to talk about the AB current situation with the allegations, and I'm going to talk about the whole NFL thing with partnering up with Rock Nation. I didn't want to speak. I've been waiting to speak on the Rock Nation thing, and I'm not even going to talk long about it for real. It's just my observation, and I'm going to make it quick. So, should I go to that first? I think I should. NFL partners with Jay-Z, as we saw transpire in the last couple of weeks. Okay, so everybody is up in arms about this whole Jay-Z thing because last year during the Super Bowl, they was talking about Jay-Z not, for all the artists performing acts not to do the Super Bowl halftime performance, boycott that in a sense because of Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying? And then going back to this year, also the Jermaine Dupri thing that happened as well. And if you listen to the interview that Jermaine Dupri had as well, he still caught flack, even though he didn't do the NFL halftime, but in Atlanta, he still held some like a concert in the parks and stuff like that, and he caught flack for that, because of the police brutality and all that stuff, and I get it. And only thing I can say about that is that has been going on for a long ass time. It's just now it's so magnified because everything is on. You can just do it straight off your camera now. You can capture it live, and maybe some of it is staged. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, but I'm pretty sure something has happened already as I speak. And they pick and choose which ones are going to be newsworthy. And then it's going to be not just newsworthy, that because some of it could just be local, but then I'm talking about the ones that make national news, like the Trayvons and the Castile and the Eric Garner and all that stuff. But I'm not even going to get too deep into that, okay? So let's just stick to the topic with the whole Jay-Z thing. So now this year, Jay-Z partners with the NFL as the leading guy for the performance side for the Super Bowl and all that stuff. And one thing I do agree with Jay-Z on, one thing is the kneeling part. Yes, we're done with kneeling. We're men. You know what I'm saying? We're men, and it's not about, and it was not about Kaepernick getting a job, because how did it transfer from that? It was about the social injustices that's going on in America. And my rebuttal to social injustice is one thing. Social injustice is not going to correct the economic. The more crisis is the economy within the black communities, if there is one. The so-called black communities. That will see when we establish some kind of economic base within our neighborhoods, then we can grow a community. And then once we grow a community, then we can police ourselves. We can correct the social justice that's on. Matter of fact, we won't even have to worry about nobody else, because it's time for us to get our slice of pie. So I say that real quick. Now let's get back to Jay-Z. Why are people so up in arms about Jay-Z in the NFL? Jay-Z is a rapper. He's an entertainer. He's a performer. You got to look at rappers almost like actors, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, because he is personifying this image. You know, rappers and entertainers, athletes, actors, all of that stuff is not our leader. Stop getting caught up in the optics of things. You know what I'm saying? Stop getting caught up in, it's just the optics. It just looks good on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? I don't get caught up in all that bullshit, but I'm speaking on it just to let y'all, just to put it out there for y'all. I'm not caught up in that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck if it looked like a sellout or not. You know what I'm saying? Because he is not my leader. I lead myself, and I do that, and I govern what goes on in my household. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the groups where we're doing grass work. We're doing the grassroots of things. You know, shit like that. And I haven't seen one notable rapper in such a group. You know what I'm saying? And this group that I'm in, that I'm affiliated with, has been around since the Black Panthers, you know, the Black Liberation Army. They have been around since then. Matter of fact, they called the National Black United Front. Now, I'm not in it, but I am definitely affiliated with it. I support it and everything. Now, I was in it, you know, but I just haven't paid my dues. So I'm just being real with y'all on that shit. But anyway, and that's not even for y'all to know, but I'm just putting it all out there. But I'm still active in helping out in my community back home in Virginia. So by showing my support, we put kids to work every summer. Created a summer work program for teenagers. So that's what I do. So fuck all of that bullshit that people are on the internet spewing out their emotions about what they think about Jay-Z. So what? He's not our leader. We look for leaders too goddamn much. Looking for one person to rise. We're still looking for a Dr. King. We're still looking for a Malcolm X. We're still looking for a Marcus Garvey. You know? Instead of looking to lead yourself and lead your family. So, like I said, I'm going to end this one. Stop getting caught up in the optics of things. Jay-Z is not your leader. Now, let's talk about the Antonio Brown situation. I just previously made a video like Thursday, something like that. You have to go back. I made about 3 videos back. I commented on this whole AB thing once the trade was made that he was going to the New England Patriots, and that did he orchestrate that or not? And to me, in my opinion, he did. He orchestrated that whole thing himself. And I thought, and my thoughts then on the media was salty about that shit because they had no inside scoop on what was actually going to take place. Because look at, he got mental issues, and he's pretty much unstable at this point. He has a lot of things going on in his head. Blah blah blah. I heard CT. He had one too many hits to the head and all this crazy ass shit. And then right after that, all of a sudden he get a rape allegation. Now, according to what I've heard, because to me it's just the motherfucking, excuse my language, it's just the engine turning up, as they do a lot of black males. As a matter of fact, they would do to anybody, to be honest with you, if you buck the system in any kind of way. And Antonio Brown bucked the system because he did something. He figured out a loophole to make something happen, and he did. Now, I don't know what end the Patriots had to do with it. Now, that's all pure speculation, but just going off of how things transpired with Antonio Brown and all of the antics and how he acted out while he was with the Oakland Raiders or whatnot, and then he ended up forcing their hand to be released before the actual game last weekend, the weekend that just passed, week 1, so that he could be voided of all of his bonuses and everything, which helped the Raiders out and all of that. But then turned around and got signed with the New England Patriots, and then these allegations came about, and it was like, he sexually assaulted her back in 2017, and then he raped her in 2018, and now she's finally coming forth, and this is his trainer. Now, I don't condone that, not one bit, because I have 2 daughters of my own, and I raised them very well. You feel me? I put them on game. And the thing about it with this, to me, that just seems so damn funny is that since the media didn't like the way that Antonio Brown manipulated things and kept his cards close to him, so now they're going to persecute him through the media and just like pay somebody off to spew this shit, because that's all it takes now is to say that this man raped me, and then this happened 2 years and a year ago. You know what I'm saying? Two accounts. You know what I'm saying? So it's a funny, very, very funny situation when we're talking about this, because right now we just have to wait to see how things play out. As we always do, everything has to have an end game. Pause on that right there. Okay, that's another thing about the Kaepernick situation too. Now, I'm just pausing the Antonio Brown. What was Kaepernick's end game? That's all. That's what I'm about. I'm about, and I see when I have a goal set, where I want to go, with things I want to do, especially building wealth, getting my finances, keep elevating my economical growth personally, my financial growth personally. It has an end game to it on where I want to be, So that's what I want to do. That's what we do as men, and that's how we should move. Everything should have a purpose and should have an end game. You feel me? But anyway, okay. Now flipping back to unpause the Antonio Brown John. Let's get back to that. So what are they? This is how many times have we seen this before? How many times have we seen this before? When you think about a lot of these brothers, man, that how they get caught up in this shit every damn time, and we've seen it. We've seen it in the NFL. I mean, we've seen it with Marshall Faulk. The whole NFL Network crew, even Darren Sharper, he's doing time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know how true that is too, but he's doing time. And then now we got AB, and to me that's the only thing that I'm really harping on, is that it's funny, like after what he did with the Oakland Raiders, signed with the Patriots, then all of a sudden this came about. That's the only thing I'm like, as far as what he did, is if he's guilty or not, we'll find out. And I have no bone to pick in this, because like I said, I don't condone that kind of activity from no man, period. Not even from myself. And I'm like, these guys just have to be careful out here, man. Especially when you got a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? You're a $1 million sports athlete, superstar, whatever, it don't matter. You just have to be careful, because this is all it takes now. If you got a wife, just stick with your wife, you know what I'm saying? Or if you got a wife and a side piece, hopefully you've been knowing that side piece for years, man. So it's somebody that has some understanding. Simple as that. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to put that out there, because I really had nothing to talk about as far as my team. And like I said, stay posted. I got some more things I want to talk about. Definitely want to talk about Thursday night game. I'll do something later on today about that, but definitely want to talk about the games coming up this weekend. Some of my pick'ems, because like I said, I'm gonna do the over and under and the spreads and stuff like that. And I pretty much wrapped it up about the Cowboys and the Redskin game that's coming up. So it's no need for me to harp on that and I don't try to bring up every little piece of news at the same time that I get. That's just not me. But that's not a knock towards anybody else. But that's just me. So, but this is a sports channel, so I'm gonna talk about all sports, but I definitely gonna talk about football. So, but Thursday night games suck. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that. And I think that's about it, guys. I'm about to wrap it up for the night. So I'm about to skedaddle out of here. This is Anthony Fallon, Tone Setter Sports Channel. Peace. I'm out.